do this, even though he is not always nearby, even though most of the time he is near Minneapolis, surrounded by the endless barren plains that separate him from civilization. Somehow, across the distance of printed and electric media, novels, comics, screenplays, poems, everything else, and as included in Fragile Things, which is stacked up over there, countless short stories and weird little imaginings. His work makes you feel as though you are still in the same circle of firelight in which stories are told to one another. Neil has always kept this circle, very close. He's not, as many contemporary storytellers do, managed to pretend that the readers aren't there, they don't exist, or that it's not important to acknowledge them. I think this is something very admirable and not entirely atypical of those who dabble in the hated, exiled arts of comics or fantasy or what we call genre fiction or anything else. This kind of open joy in the pleasure of storytelling that feels almost unfashioned, old-fashioned, a connection to the reader that some others in the literary world find unseemly, stupidly. So it is unlikely that any of you here truly have never heard of Neil Gaiman, or Sandman, or Good Omens, or Neverwhere, or American Gods, or Coraline, Anansi Boys, Fragile Things, and so many more. But if it is true, you're not lying. And you do need an introduction to Neil Gaiman, and you really don't know anything at all about him, well, then I could tell you anything I wanted. And you would have to believe me. Neil Gaiman is 1,000 years old. He is the world's most famous wrestler. He also holds the US and UK record for wearing the largest recorded beard of bees. And yet, curiously, he is terrified of wasps. His real name is Samuel Clemens. But he goes by the amusing old riverboat pseudonym of Neil Gaiman, which, as you know, in the 19th century is what a Mississippi riverboat captain would shout to the crew when he had spotted a Mississippi sea monster. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in deep water, and there is a strange creature among us, so allow me to warn you by saying, Neil Gaiman.